ELI5 If there is a 1 in 10 chance of something happening in a year, each year, what is the chance of that event happening at least one time in 10 years? Is it still 1 in 10, and why? Think of it like this. If you had a 50-50 chance of getting heads on a coin flip, do you have a 100 chance of getting exactly 5 heads? Obviously, no. Sometimes you get 6 heads, sometimes you get 4. 5 is the most frequent outcome, however. But you add the probabilities of getting 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 heads, is that 100? Obviously no. Sometimes you get 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0 heads. So the odds of getting 5 or more heads out of 10 is less than 100. The same logic applies to any percentage, not just 50-50. I'll leave this specific math to other commenters. Chance of happening in a year 10.1. Chance of not happening in a year 90.9. Chance of not happening every year for 10 years in a row 0.9 Chin 0.3486784400134.87. If there's a 34.87 chance not happening every year for 10 years in a row, then that means the remaining 65.13 of all other possibilities combined contains every possible option where it happens at least once in those 10 years. There is a 65.13 chance that it happens at least once in 10 years. 1 in 10 per event means 0.1 odds for success happening, and 0.9 odds for failure not happening. Success at least once in 10 events is the same logically as not 10 consecutive failures. Each failure is 0.9, so 10 consecutive failures is 0.910, or 0.35 roughly 35. So not 10 failures in a row would be the complementary odds 0.35 or about 65. The odds of a 1 in 10 event occurring at least once in 10 attempts is about 65. Improbable events happen all the time. The easiest way to figure out the answer to that question is to first figure out what the odds are of something never happening in 10 years. So, we have an event that has a 90 of not happening. What are the odds that it doesn't happen 10 times in a row? Well, that would be 90 10 times or 90 10 35. So the odds that something happens at least once in 10 years is 135/65. So the chances of all possible events added together is 100 or 1. So chance that happens at least once in 10 years, chance that does not happen at all in 10 years 100. Now the chance that does not happen in 1 year is 90, for 10 years you would raise that to the power of 10. So chance of not happening in 10 years is about 90 10 34.868. 134.868 65.132 is your answer. Additional fun fact: the chance that a 1 in n event happens at least once in n years is about 1 e 0.63212. Where e 2.71828. Being Euler's constant, also known as base of the natural logarithm. The larger n gets, the more accurate it is. For example, your case event n is chance 0.65132. If we have a 1 chance per year and wait a century, chance is 0.634. You need to work backwards to calculate the odds. If there is a 1 in 10 chance of it happening each year, there is a 9 in 10 chance that it won't happen this year. The chance of that event not happening in 10 years is 9 10 10, so 0.35, or 35. If there is a 35 chance it won't happen, there is a 65 chance that it will. If you're considering the probability of it happening exactly once, it's 10c1 by 0.99 times 0.10 0.3838. If you're considering the probability of it happening at least once, it's 1 0.910 0.6565. Depends on the type of event. But in most cases, yes, the chances will be close to guaranteed in 10 cycles.